shaped like a flagship. It has the camera plateau of a flagship. But then there's also some things that look kind of flagship on the spec sheet, at least more than the 4A, but that I actually don't feel like really make that much of a difference. Like the peak brightness number, for example, on the 4A Pro is 5,000 nits compared to 4,500 on the 4A, which is, again, a nice number, but I don't really see much of a difference holding them side by side. The 4A Pro is IP65 rated instead of IP64, which theoretically means it can survive more water pressure than the 4A, but you know, they can both get splashed fine. The Nothing Phone 4A also doesn't have wireless charging. The 4A Pro, like the iPhone 17 Pro, gets all this nice new metal unibody construction, which feels great in the hand, but unlike the iPhone, they didn't add a cutout in the back, so it also doesn't have wireless charging. Both the 4A and 4A Pro have LTPS displays, so meaning they are variable refresh rate from 30 Hertz up to their max of 120, but you'll notice on the spec sheet it says the max of the 4A Pro is actually 144, which it even says in the settings, and it definitely sounds like more of a flagship number, but when you turn on the frame rate indicator, you'll see that it basically never actually hits 144 Hertz. You can even force peak refresh rate, it stays at 120. It's kind of the same situation as those other Asus phones from a few years ago, where it's just a couple supported games where it'll bump up to 144. Otherwise, you might as well never notice. And then while the triple cameras here of the 4A Pro are meant to be an upgrade from the triple cameras of the 4A, honestly, none of them are really that standoutish. It's nice to have triple cameras, don't get me wrong. Like I said, the 17E, Pixel 10a aren't doing that. But I don't think anybody should be buying these phones expecting anything other than perfectly average cameras. Photos I'm getting are serviceable, but often a little HDR-y sometimes, and often a little bit noisier than I was expecting. The focal lengths are essentially the same across both phones. It's an 8 megapixel ultra wide, then a 50 megapixel main, and a 3.5x telephoto. Also, neither of these phones can shoot 4K video from their ultra wides because 4K is 12 megapixels and these ultra wides are both 8 megapixel sensors. The only extra functionality I could find in the Pro phone over the regular 4A was instead of tapping out at 70x zoom, the Pro has the world's first 140x ultra zoom. Wow. But I mean, why stop there? You might as well be a nice even 150 or 200. But what's stopping you? It's just digital crop. Just go to 1,000 at that point. It clearly doesn't make a huge difference. This 4A Pro is less of a Pro version of the phone and more of a slightly up-badged, up-featured version of the same thing for $150 more for the US market. Still a fine phone, but 4A is where it's at. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.